Hello, my beautiful diamonds. There was a time when I used to feel sorry for a lot of the black men out here in the world because, I figured that, the world has given them a hard way to go. And you have a lot of people who are very, very, very jealous and envious of black men. And because of that, they try to make their life as difficult as possible, especially when I look at some of the men who are struggling in Africa and Jamaica and some of these other Caribbean islands. And I used to just feel kind of sorry and have such compassion and empathy for black men. But then I thought about it and I prayed and talked to Jesus Christ about this. And I no longer feel sorry for them because by means of the Holy Spirit, it put in both my mind and in my heart. Now, when my mind and my heart is in agreement, then I know that I'm right. When I think about Genesis chapter 2, verse 18 through 22, and it shows how God created a woman to be a man's helper. In other words, to be his partner. And when I think about black men, they have the the top notch of women who are as their helper, and that is a black woman. No offense to any other race because I'm not trying to be rude or offensive, but black women are the strongest, the most resilient, the fountain of youth on this planet. And we are. Black women have gone through so much, and yet, thanks to God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit, we bounce back like no other race on this planet. So God has already given black men the very best. You know what I'm saying? God already saw. He foretold, he could see, he's omnipotent and he could see the future, and he knew that black men was going to go through it. And he gave him the strongest of women. And instead of them having appreciation for that, they do everything in their power to try to tear down their own race and their own nation of women. And you can see that when you look at how they turn to any other race of women, and they don't care about the message that they're sending out to their own nation and their own race. What sense does it make for you to try to tear down, uplift other races? You elevate, especially they elevate and put on a pedestal these Caucasian women or anything that has light skin or pale skin. And you try to uplift that and you elevate them and you glorify them and you make them like an icon instead of making your own race and your own nation of women the strongest, the most youthful, who stays the best looking all throughout. They could be 50 and they look 30. Their bodies stay firm and tight. We have some ebony women who have the best of bodies. We are strong mentally, emotionally. Oh, you already know what's up when it comes to spiritually. You don't hardly find any other woman who can match that. And like I said, I'm not trying to be offensive, but it is what it is. The truth is the truth. So as I'm sitting here thinking about that, I said I can no longer feel sorry for black men because God gave you something and you threw it back in God's face. You take your middle finger and you shove it up in Jesus' face and say, screw you. And the gift that he blessed you with, and black women are a blessing. A lot of other races of men are starting to wake up to realize that as well. Those are the most loyal women. These women have so much integrity because I see so many ebony women who don't want to date anyone other than a black man. And they're trying to be loyal and maintain their integrity, even though black men, God knows they don't do that. I mean, you have some black men who they say that they only want a black woman, but a lot of them, when you look at them, especially if he's dark skinned, he don't want no woman his own skin tone. How many black men? Just ask yourself this question: how many brown skin or dark skinned black men do you see with women of their own skin tone? Not too many. You really don't. And that to me is disgusting. It's really, really disgusting because of the message that you're sending out. And I know these black men are aware of it because these men are not dumb and stupid. They know what time it is. What kind of message are you sending out to your own nation and your own race of women when you want to choose anything but them? What kind of message do you think you're sending out? And anytime you do things like that, you deserve to get every single hardship and every low down, dirty, rotten thing that could ever happen to a human being. You deserve that. Because for you to try to tear down your own race and your own nation, that's insanity. Help build up the other team while you destroy your own. What? So I was just sitting here going over some things. You know me, I'm very analytical. I love doing research, and I stay prayed up. And I use a lot of insight. And like I said, I was looking at a TikTok, and it was with this African dude who had just came back from shopping, and you had to see the smile on his face because he came from such poverty, and when you see him able to finally be able to afford some things, you feel happy for him. I was feeling happy. And then I looked at him with joy, and how so many black women have done nothing but stand behind black men, helping black men. When black men get out of jail and they have all these felonies and can't hardly get a decent paying job, and they got so many ebony women who are stepping up. You have so many ebony women who are doing the financial heavy lifting in the household, trying to support their nation and their race of men. And what do women get in return? A slap in the face, no appreciation. You spit in God and Jesus' face all the time when God gave you, like I said, the strongest women, smart women, resilient women, women who are like no other on this planet. And instead of having appreciation, like I said, whatever you get that's horrible, you deserve it. You deserve every bit of it for your lack of gratitude. Instead of having gratitude, you have a really effed up attitude. And that's again, yep, that's disgusting. Take care of your own before you step out to try to build up somebody else's. Build up your own. Take care of your own. That's like having children of your own. And instead of taking care of your own flesh and blood, your own seed, you rather go take care of someone else's. What sense does that make? Anyway, I'm done here. Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.